What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you another tremendous Kingshot video for you today. In today's video, I am wearing my own bathrobe instead of my wife's bathrobe this time, and we'll be talking about a brand new hero just added to the game this week. Her name is Hilde. And yes, that's probably not the right way that her name is pronounced, but that's how we're pronouncing it for today's video. This new Kingshot Hero is a tremendously powerful hero. She is a support cavalry type, and she is in some of your offensive or defensive marches. She is going to be taking the place of Yabble if you are going to bench Yabble, or maybe you'll just use Hilde in a second march. Let's take a look at her skills, talk about where we can get her, and what I see her doing in the long run for these different compositions. And by the way, if you enjoyed today's content, feel free to like and subscribe, post a comment down below. And if you don't like today's content, tell me in the comments why you think I'm a POS, and my wife will probably agree with you. Let's start with Hilde's Conquest skills. Ladies and gentlemen, these are for the suppression/conquest event, as well as your 5 versus 5 PvP arenas, and this is going to essentially allow you to do great things. Her first skill is called Rejuvenating Plead. This is going to be a massive healing nuke to all of the heroes on your side of the battlefield, 200% at max level. It's really tremendous. It is the first hero that has a support/healing type bonus here, especially at this scale. I'm really excited to unlock her and try this out. The next talent we have here is called Redeemer. Redeemer is another healing ability, so she's going to have an AoE heal that does up to 200% healing to all of the 5 heroes on the battlefield on your team, and then she has this individual heal which does another 140% healing to the weakest target. This is going to really help you keep your tanks alive, and I'm looking forward to trying this on the battlefield. Her third conquest skill is called Intimidation. This is also a really interesting skill because it provides crowd control on the enemy and a decent amount of damage. So she's going to do a half-decent damage nuke, and she is going to disable the enemy target for 1 second. This could be a really big deal if you are able to activate her ultimate and CC crowd control an enemy for 1 second while their rage bar is full. You will see a tremendous benefit and return on your investment there. So again, this is a double healing and a support skill for Hilde, so that's super exciting. The next set of skills we're talking about are the expedition skills. These are the skills when your hero is in a troop formation on the world map, attacking enemies, attacking mobs, capturing cities, whatever you're doing. That is going to be for the overall troop skills, the expedition skills. Now, Hilde is really interesting because she has some dual purpose skills similar to Saul, and her noble path here, her top skill, if you send her as the lead commander in a supporting army in a rally, this will be the skill that gets contributed to the rally. This gives 15% attack and 10% defense at max level. That is pretty decent. It is still a total of 25% stats, which is in line with the Amatis and the Chenkos and the other folks who give percentage-based bonuses for their top raid support skill. But if she is not the raid support and you are the rally host, or she is just attacking an enemy straight on, you're going to get to use her other skills, which are the Elixir of Strength, which is one of the highest damage output skills in the game. I want to talk about this for a second. If we take a look at Amatis, okay, Amatis is widely considered one of the strongest offensive heroes in the game. He has a 40% chance at max level to deal 50% damage for all squads. If we break out the trusty calculator, okay, and we take 0.5 times 0.4, we end up with 0.2. So this is going to end up being a static, right? A static 20% damage bonus because it is not activating all the time. Therefore, averaged over 10 fights is going to be a 20% damage bonus. If we take a look at Hilde here, Hilde has her skill, Elixir of Strength, which gives a 25% chance of dealing 200% damage. At maximum level, what is a quarter of 200? That is 50%. This is going to give an average of a 50% damage bonus to the formation that she is in, whether she is in a single army formation or leading a rally. She is going to give crazy damage bonuses to the entire rally, all squads, and that is super exciting to me. And if you combine that with Amatis, his ability can also proc at the same time. You can end up with 2 abilities proccing and stacking for crazy, crazy damage, which is really, really exciting. And then we have Trial by Fire. Trial by Fire is another solid skill. This is in line with Yabble and Hilde. Both Yabble and Hilde have very similar skills. This maxes out at a 40% chance to reduce all your squad's damage taken by 50%. This is a very strong skill. Again, this is going to average to about a 20% damage mitigation over 10 fights, right? Over a time-weighted average there. I'm just throwing terms around, whether they make sense or not. So about a 20% damage mitigation, up to a 50% bonus in damage output, and then 15% attack and 10% defense as static bonuses. Hilde is going to become a must-have for anybody who wants to be leading rallies, okay? Not only is she incredibly strong, but having this additional skill here is very powerful. You will be replacing, since Hilde is cavalry, you will be replacing Yabble. And Yabble is a pretty solid hero as well, right? With several offensive and defensive skills. She has almost the same identical skill here. She has another skill which averages at about a 25% damage output here, Hero's Domain, so it's half as powerful as Hilde's, and then she does additional lethality for all squads. So is Yabble gonna provide slightly more offensive capabilities because of the lethality? Maybe, but when you consider the fact that Yabble's only giving you a 25% average damage bonus with Hero's Domain, and Hilde is going to be giving you this beautiful 50% damage bonus here. It's really an interesting conversation. In actuality, since you are running this partially defensive skill here and a stronger skill here, stronger than Yabble's, I would say Hilde might perform 10 to 15% more better offensively than Yabble, and then she has slightly higher defensive capabilities because she has a static defense in addition to a damage mitigation. So I would say Hilde is maybe an average of 10 to 15% better than Yabble, okay? The next question is, where can you get Hilde? That is a great question. You can actually check that out by clicking on her shards. It will tell you exactly where you can get her. The Hall of Governors event. She is going to be the hero for this kind of Season 2 session. I'm calling it Season 2. I don't know if they've officially named it that. But once the server is about 2 months old, the Hall of Governors rewards will change from a Matus, which it was previously in the Season 1 period, or the first period, the Triassic period. And here in 2021, I don't know what year it is. Here in the current day, she'll be the new Hall of Governors reward. So if you can place high in the top, I believe the top 20 are able to get her shards, depending on where you rank. If you can place decently, you will get Hilde shards. You can also get it through the Strongest Governor event, Kingdom of Power event, and the daily deals. Now, this is a big deal because she is the only one of the new heroes available through the daily deal packs. You can spend $5, get 10 of her shards, get several boxes that can give you even more shards. So maybe you'll end up with 14 to 16 of the Hilde shards for $5. It's a decent value there. The other heroes are not available in this daily shop. Only you have Saul and you have Hilde. So keep that in mind, okay? But anyways, folks, that's really about it. I don't have a lot else to add. I'm really excited to get Hilde. I'm going to be picking her up on my new on my account on server 36 when she releases next week. Super stoked for that. If you guys have found today's video entertaining in the least, or maybe helpful as you decide what you're going to spend your next $5 on, feel free to smash that like and subscribe button. I love you long time. Randy, out.